All right, guys. So on this 4th of July, I thought about not making this video. I said I'm gonna stay away from this, but I just can't help myself because people like this, Cori Bush, they don't allow me to enjoy this wonderful holiday. They just don't allow me to enjoy it. I got to get up here and make videos about it because they tweet stupid things. They tweet ignorant things. So you have to respond because you just can't let people say stuff like this and there not be any consequences. Okay? It's Cori Bush, who knows nothing, by the way, knows nothing about anything at all, says, when they say that the 4th of July is about American freedom, remember this: the freedom they're referring to is for white people. This land is stolen land and black people still aren't free. She says that black people are still not free and that we're just celebrating white people. She knows nothing. Guys, tell me, how in the hell can you have a black congressman making $174,000 a year? $174,000 a year. $174,000 a year can sit up here and talk shit about this country. She has nothing good to say about this country ever. How are black people not free when she's able to, again, as a black congressman, make $174,000 a year and never has one good thing to say about this country? But you're trying to tell me that this country is not free for black people? How the fuck did you get in your position? How did you get your seat? If black people are not free, why are you making more money than what? 90% of other Americans? You're in the top 10%. Show me a country where those who are not free are in the top 10%. And you don't do anything. That's the worst part. You're getting paid $174,000 a year and you're not going to pass any legislation. You're not going to have an effect on any legislation because your ideas are too far left. And they're stupid, they're dumb, and they don't work. They don't work. So you're getting paid $174,000 a year for nothing because you're not doing your job. You're ineffective at your job. You're just like AOC, who, objectively speaking, is one of the worst Congress people. When it comes to actually passing legislation, she's one of the worst. You're the worst at your job. And you still are getting paid more than 90% of other Americans. You're basically in the upper middle class. You're black, but you're sitting here trying to tell me on 4th of July that black people are not free? Are you serious? All the proof that you need that black people are free in this country is that you got elected when you don't even know what the hell you even talking about.
The wealthy should pay their fair share.
Yes, wealthy should pay their fair share.
What is a fair share? What percentage?
So you're saying that you're saying that they're paying their fair share is what you're saying?
No, I'm asking what percentage is a fair share?
Their fair share, the same, if a third of my money is going to taxes, then I think a third of their money should be going to taxes.
It does.
Well, it does.
I'm trying to understand because you realize the effective tax rate on the poor is less than it is on the rich, right?
Okay, so first of all, I'm not the poor. I'm very close to that line, but I'm not the poor.
Okay, so the effective tax rate on the middle class is less than it is on the rich, correct? What fair share would you like to change the tax rate to on the wealthiest what percentage of Americans so it's a fair share?
So let's say the wealthy 1% could pay, let's say if they paid, let's just give them 45%.
That video clip of her was before she got elected, running in the primary, okay? She's out there talking about a $15 hour minimum wage and how the rich should pay their fair share when it's obvious she don't know a damn thing about what she's saying. She's just repeating the same talking points that the people on the left repeat over and over and over again. She doesn't even know why she believes what she believes. She's just a dummy, okay? That's all she is. She's a walking talking point. She's never had an original thought in her life. All you have to do is wind her up and release it, and she's going to say the same thing. America's bad. America's racist. White supremacy. Progressive talking points on the economy when she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. She doesn't even know how much the rich pays in taxes. She doesn't know anything about tax rates. But yet you're getting paid $174,000 a year, and you're trying to tell me this country's not free from black people. We've had a black president. We have black billionaires. We have black CEOs. We have athletes, black athletes who play a game, who put a ball in a hoop for a living, that make millions. We have black entertainers who act for a living that get paid millions. We have black rappers who basically say things and influence the black community in negative ways, and they still get paid millions. We have so many examples of successful black people in this country that have achieved the American dream just from working hard, working smart, and taking risks. But yeah, again, you're trying to say black people are not free. And then they always want to parrot this stupid ass talking point about how this land is stolen. Well, guess what? All land on this earth, right, has been taken from somebody else. I'm sorry. That's how the world works. And when you actually look at the real facts, the Native Americans, people want to talk about the land was stolen. Okay, the Native Americans, 90% of them died from disease. So if anybody would have came over here with, a lot of them would have died, period. Because they were isolated. They were isolated from the rest of the world. That doesn't mean bloodshed didn't happen. That doesn't mean that, some tribes weren't conquered. They were. It is what it is. It happens. Genghis Khan conquered what? Most of the world at one point. It happens. I'm sorry. That's history. Eat or be eaten. Right? That's the animal kingdom. That's evolution. That's all. That's what it is. We don't live in a world of fairy tales and rainbows. So I'm sick and tired of these people always trying to talk down on American history as if American history is just uniquely bad, as if we're the only country on earth that has a past that includes conflict. Every single country on earth has a past that includes conflict. Black people got here because Africans enslaved them. They enslaved them. So you was already, more than likely, ancestors was already slaves before they got here. They was already slaves. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm not going to sit here and be butthurt about it. And while we're on the topic of slavery, the only black people that are not free in this country are people like her. She's not free. She is mentally enslaved. She is mentally enslaved to the narrative of white supremacy, and that black people, okay, are being oppressed, and that the white man perpetually has their foot on our neck, and that we can't do nothing for ourselves, and we need big government to come in and save us. She's enslaved to that ideology that black people can't help themselves. That's what she's enslaved to. She's enslaved to waking up every single day thinking about the so-called oppressor. That's the real slaves in this country. These people who wake up every single day thinking about the white man. If I was the oppressor, yes, that's what I would want you doing. You wake up every single day thinking about me. Thinking about how I got my foot on your neck. Right? The black man who does not think about the white man, who lives their life thinking that I can achieve American dream if I work hard enough, if I put in the work, if I'm smart, if I take risks, I can achieve whatever the white man can achieve. I can achieve whatever anybody can achieve because I know what I bring to the table. I know my talent. That's the free person. The free person is not the person that perpetually depends on the government and wakes up every single day thinking about the so-called oppressor. But see, these progressives, they don't understand that concept. They're obsessed with their so-called masters. They're obsessed with slavery. I'm not obsessed with it. I don't care. It happened. Sorry. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Not proud of it. Nobody's proud of it. But it happened. Look where we at now. You know what I'm saying? I think that's progress. I think that's something to be proud of. I think that's something that the country should be proud of. The fact that even if you're black in America, you're living like a king historically. You compare your life to the rest of history and how people live their lives, you're living like a king. You're living like a king. The government can literally pay you to eat like a king. You ain't got to make money. You ain't got to contribute anything. You can be a net negative on society and the government pays you. Say, here's some food stamps. Go buy yourself some lobster and shrimp. But yet black people aren't free. Black people are oppressed. This country is so bad. This is a terrible country. Terrible. These people are out of their minds. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm not going to sit here and be butthurt about it. I'm going to look at the future and say, you know what? Hey, this country's still great. Despite all that, despite all things that happen, you know what? This country has to the point now where black people can achieve and do whatever the hell they want. Even becoming the commander-in-chief. The duly elected leader. Black people can do that. But yeah, you still got idiots that go on the internet and talk about how this country is not free. And they're also elected in the Congress. Making $174,000 a year, by the way. Did I mention that? There's a lot of hardworking Americans that don't make that much money, that do way more than you do, that have way more of a better impact on society than somebody like Cori Bush. Guys, I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of this anti-American sentiment. I'm just tired of these people who don't appreciate this damn country, that doesn't appreciate this country. Because if you're going to talk like this, give up your seat. Give up your seat. Go to Africa. Go to Africa. Go build a life there, and that way you don't have to deal with any white people. Do that. Because otherwise, if you're not going to do that, just shut the hell up. Stop talking. Because you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and everything that you say is meant to divide. You're not trying to unite anybody on anything. You're an agent of chaos. All you know is chaos, chaos, chaos. And even on a day like Independence Day, the 4th of July, a day that everybody's supposed to come together and celebrate the independence of this country, you still can't help yourself. You got to say something stupid. You got to say something divisive. And that's what really pisses me off. It just shows these people have no interest in actually helping people come together and to solve the issues in this country. They have no issues. Their only interest is causing more division, chaos, and confusion. That's it. They want to divide. That's what really, it just pisses me off. I'm tired of seeing it. Again, you have your freedom of speech. I believe in your freedom of speech, but I have the freedom of speech to respond. Because what you're saying is ignorant. And it's deceptive, it's misleading. And again, it has to be called out. It has to be called out. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective.